Hey guys, Rock here. It's April 15th. Today I got the two Hondas, the Foreman 400 and the 300 FourTrax. Last week I did a utility run, kind of towing a trailer with these things, testing them out. This week we're gonna just do a trail ride. I'll end up doing a top speed test at the end on both these machines to see how they compare. I mean, they're both, they're made for work, but when people get these, they expect to play with them. So we're gonna see what they can do on the trail. But let me walk around them real quick so you can check them out. Yeah, here's the machines. This is a 93 Honda FourTrax 300 4x4, all-time four-wheel drive, or 4x4. And this is a 96 Honda Foreman 400. Same thing, all-time four-wheel drive. But dimensions and everything on these things are very similar. Tire size is about the same. I got 24-inch for the height on the 300 and 24 on the 400. So same size tires on them right now. I think stock the 300 comes with 23s, but anyways, let's give them a go. Okay, so we'll hop on here, try this thing out. Let's see. Turn the key, starter button. A little moisture in the speedometer here, but we get the GPS running, so we'll go ahead and we'll hit the trail, see how this thing goes. So this is a 400 single cylinder air-cooled engine, standard or semi-automatic they call it, 5-speed transmission, and it works great to slow this thing down. I know some of the automatics will let you, basically freewheel, and you can't really control your descent without using the brakes. This is, you don't have to worry about that. You shift it down to whatever gear you want and use that to slow you down. So right here I'm cruising along. This is actually 5th gear, so it's a low geared machine for sure. Let's see, this is 1st gear. We can pretty much just crawl right along, and it is 1st gear, but on the the gear pattern they call it, they consider it super low, and then you have 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. But it is what it is. It's really a 5-speed transmission. So 1 through 5 I call them. This machine does have just barely put in 4 brand new shocks on it, so it rides as good as it's gonna get. They're a little bit higher clearance shocks, so they get a little more travel. Lifted it up a little bit. I will say one thing with for being a 400, this thing has really good torque, which makes it fun to play around with. It was pretty good. Go ahead and try some slower stuff up here. See how she goes. I think with that super low 1st gear, I think it's gonna crawl right up here, no problem. The only problem is, so this is full-time 4-wheel drive. We have an open front differential, so we don't have true all-wheel drive system, but as long as it's working properly, know, you can still crawl right up stuff. And it's working good. Do a little bit more up here, and take it down on the road and see how she does. Now I know this thing, it does have more power than the 300. I'll take that thing for a spin here in a minute, and I'll show you what I mean. I don't know what's going on there, but looks like the speedometer's froze up. So it is your typical Honda, has or a typical older Honda Foreman. It's got drum brakes all the way around it, so they need adjusting quite a bit. And one of the problems I find with these is a lot of people don't adjust them, and they get mud and dirt inside the drum, and then your adjusters end up freezing up, and you have to either heat them up to loosen them so they can adjust again, or you buy new ones. Just how it is. Otherwise, you know, they work pretty good as long as the mud and stuff stays out of there. Because once it's in there, there's nowhere for it to go. It's not like a typical disc brake setup. So it's got plenty of clearance to, you know, to get up over stuff. Now this, like I said, it is a little higher because of the new shocks, but still a little bit of a rough ride. But it's a Honda. All the snow is melting, the bridge is, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. That was just working. Yeah, so we'll take it up here anyways, hit the road, and see how she goes. I'm guessing, you know, I really don't know. It's kind of a lower geared machine. I'd say probably 45 is pushing it, but I could be wrong. I know as far as the speedometer goes, it actually only goes up to 45 miles an hour on here, so, and it pegs that. Doesn't mean it's gonna, it actually reads the same as my GPS, so we will find out. This thing's a little bit noisier than it should be stock. It's got I don't know, it's got some loose baffles in the muffler, I guess, or something. Alright, out in the field. Get right onto her, see how she goes. Now, she's no sport machine, so we're going to take the corners a little easy. Third, fourth, this fifth gear. Fourth gear right there. We'll go down. We'll actually do a little sideways here. That's fifth gear. A little bouncy, but it's about all she had right there. So that's about it. I'm not sure what it said. Speedometer's acting up, but we'll see the GPS. This thing will pick up the front tires if you want, even in second gear. Pretty impressive. We'll go back, try out that 300, see how it compares. Alright, here's the old 300. So yeah, you know, good machine. Let's hop on the other one. Okay, let's hop on this Honda 300. We'll give her a run, see how it compares to the 400 Foreman. We'll get on to a rate from here. Give her a whirl. Second, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear. So it is a, no, it is quite a bit smaller engine. It's a 300 versus a 400. But other than that, you know, these machines are very similar. They're 5-speed, semi-automatic transmission, and you know, so this thing can crawl first gear. It works great. You can go ahead and take it up on the trail and see how it does. This does have slightly less wheel travel, suspension, so it's probably not going to ride quite as good, but we'll find out. See, I did not hit this. Nope. I think ground clearance is a little less on this, not much different. We'll just cross this river or stream. So we'll hit the rocks here, see what she does. You can notice the biggest difference is the power. This goes great, but that 400 has the torque to pull me up this hill. I think I was even in fifth gear, chugging along, and you know, fourth gear is just, you gotta rev this thing up to get any power out of it. Now first and second gear, different story. It's low geared enough where it's got plenty of power right there in them gears, so. But as long as you ride it, you know, if I didn't ride this back to back with the 400, you know, this thing would be fine. I probably should have rode the 300 first, and then the 400 would have been, you know, it would have been better. But as far as the suspension goes, it actually doesn't seem all that bad. Might be a hair stiffer, or a little less travel anyways than the 400. I think that's what I'm feeling right now, but same type of four-wheel drive system. So we'll put it in first gear. It's all time four-wheel drive, and it climbed up there pretty good. First gear, second gear. These Hondas, they're just they're kind of nose heavy, so you know, they're not made for jumping. But they are made for climbing. If you got a steep bank that you want to climb something with, I'd rather climb it with this Honda than say a Polaris, something that sits higher up. These feel more stable. I mean, mainly because they are. But we're gonna come back, do the do a top speed run on it. I believe this one's probably going to be less than the 400, but maybe not. I know it's got less power, but it doesn't mean that it's, you know, any lower geared than the 400. Starting to sprinkle out a little bit right now. Got some tools in the trunk. That's what all that clanking is back there. Tough machines though. These 300s are bulletproof. I mean, they just really are. They simple design, and they've been around for a long time. I know, I'm not sure how old these 300s they did go with. I know they made an 88. I'm pretty sure they made them older than that, probably 86. But they've just been around a long time, and people run them all the time. You see a lot of them at farms around here. People run these 300s. They're good on fuel, and you know, they can work, they can play. They're just, and you can pretty much run them into the ground and they keep going. Yeah, handlebars are a little tweaked on this one. I don't know if it's been on its handlebars at one point or something happened there, but seems to drive fine. It's just this arm's up a lot more than the other. So, but you know, it's an older machine. I'm probably gonna leave it the way it is. It's not like it's affecting the whole lot right now. So I got a nice steep bank down here. I think I'm gonna try to crawl up that and to really show how much this does. You know, how front heavy it is, how great it is at climbing, basically. These are great. You don't even have to use the brakes. The front brakes actually work on this one. The rear do not right now, but they just you just click it down a gear and you can slow down. You don't even have to use the brakes. Even going down the steepest grades, you know, first gear will hold you back. Very handy. The 400, you know, this it's got decent power for a 300. The 400 is a little more playful, I guess. So this, it might not look like much on the video, I'm not sure, but it is a pretty steep bank. If I go up here with like Yamahas or you know, some other rigs, it tends to be, I feel uneasy. The front end comes up on off the ground. Now this thing is just, it's gonna crawl right up it. I figured. Yep. Doesn't complain a bit. Alright, one last test. Come out here to the field and we'll give her all she's got. I think it's probably going to be around the same as the 400. It's just going to take longer to get there. It's not bad. It's just it's not quite a 400cc quad. Okay, first gear right here. There it is, fifth gear. Yeah, we're gonna reach top speed here, probably right about here, let's say. It sure felt like about all she had. See where we can actually get out here. That's it. She's, you know, pretty much at our upper RPM limits there. This road is kind of rough shape right now. That's it. Okay, made it back. And the little windy out. 300's down. So anyways, yeah, 300, 400 Foreman, 300 FourTrax, both good machines. I guess my preference, I would go towards the Foreman. If you know, say these were the same identical amount of money, I think the Foreman has more power. It's going to be just as reliable. Same rack size, basically. You get more features with that. If you wanted to save a few bucks and you could get the 300 cheaper, there's nothing wrong with this machine. It goes great. You know, I don't know. I'm thinking like this is probably going to be 1,800 bucks. That I'm going to start at 2,500. So for $700 difference, I don't know personally which one I would go with. They both go good. Very similar machines. But anyways, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. If you want to check out some other stuff, got plenty of others on there. Go ahead and subscribe so you can see some of the others. It helps me out. And thanks for watching.